I Don't Know Which Is Love, Volume 1 Review. In her final days of high school, Mei Soraki finally works up the courage to confess her love for her best friend, but her words remains unsaid as the best friend confesses first that she now has a boyfriend. Heartbroken, Mei decides that when she goes to college, she will absolutely, without a doubt, get a girlfriend. She dyes her hair and with newfound confidence, she decides to go for it. But to her surprise, she's not just got one girl interested in her, but several. How is Mei supposed to choose? Is she really falling in love, or is it just an infatuation? Mangaka Tamamoshi Oku has been writing manga since 2014, mostly of the Yuri Girls Love variety, but this is the first series to be translated into English. You can tell from the first volume of I Don't Know Which Is Love that the mangaka is experienced for the gorgeous art, the striking cover, and how the protagonist is very likable. From the opening pages, it's easy to feel her devastation from the best friend's rejection, but also gets swept up in her bouncing back to find himself a girlfriend within minutes of walking into college. From her excitement over seeing boobs to her instant hard eyes over every pretty girl she meets, while also being aware of her flaws, such as eternally scolding herself for seeing one girl just as a sex object. She's a great protagonist to follow, but her journey to find a girlfriend despite having a choice of them isn't going to be easy. At the back of the book, the mangaka says she came up with the concept of having a Yuri harem, where every girl falls in love with the heroine for different reasons. For example, the art student Minato falls for Mei's voice, whilst the shy idol Riri likes Mei's hands. Mei finds herself falling for each one of her different reasons, but it's also hinted that she's struggling to know her own feelings. Due to still reeling for the rejection of her best friend months earlier, so even though the opportunity for love is right at her feet, it also feels miles away, and it can be good concept for a good story and a comedic way to explore how one's mind might be saying, let's go for it, but the heart saying, not ready yet, and exploring Drunk the Girls, which is one really blooms into genuine love. However, a lot of this is overshadowed by the abundance, and I don't mean an abundance of what's supposed to be fan service but come across as sexual harassment, where Hyata Rome Kaoru who, without the protagonist's consent, strip her of her clothes, throw them away, and then sleeps with her in the bed, all because she doesn't like the fact that Mei smells weird. And there's Maria. Mei's advice to her shows no qualms about overstepping the student-teacher line, openly flirting, and then later leading her to a hotel room. There's more, but I won't spoil it all. I know horror as a genre is known for showing tons of fan service and often characters pushing the boundaries of the usual male protagonist. I watch a fair amount of the past and normally roll my eyes at it, dismissing it as a simply part of the genre, but I think it's bothered me here because not only there is so much all in one go, but there's not much breathing space between the intense sections. Not help that, despite Mei's eagerness at first to reciprocate the feelings, she's also very clearly not ready for any of it. So when she blushes, looks away, or outright shuts down, it makes the whole situation more uncomfortable rather than funny. I understand that it's important of wanting to introduce all the potential of interest very quickly so that the audience can choose which one they want to write or die for early on. But I think the rush nature of it didn't help matters. Out of the five beautiful ladies, only one is really the non-problematic one, and she's introduced at the very start, and the story starts tumbling down from there. Translation is provided by Lincoln Harvey, who delivers a fun, easy read with handy translation notes at the back as well. The book also opens with a few colored pages covering the whole backstory, so that was appreciated. I felt very conflicted about I Don't Know Which Is Love. Throughout the whole first volume, they are slightly lovely. The protagonist is insanely likable, and there's great potential in this story, but the heavy use of fan service, maybe unhealthy depictions of queer relationships, rubbed me the wrong way. If it wasn't so rampant and constant within the book, I would have been kinder to it, but I found myself less enthusiastic with very page turn. Let's hope the future volumes can improve. A review copy for Young Press was applied by Daiwa Book Distributors UK, 6 out of 10.